Matt Gaetz time. Let's go.
Donald Trump is unstoppable. Elect him president again.
That is a rough tan right there. Why does he look so rough? Oof.
And America will be unstoppable too. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been out of it. Democrats have been hiding the real Biden for years. We saw people in the witness protection program more often than we saw unscripted Biden. Under Biden,
zero laughs from the crowd. Not even a nose exhale from the crowd.
more
Listen.
often than we saw unscripted Biden.
His mom
Under
laughed in
Biden,
the crowd. That's it.
Harris, America has fallen sicker, lonelier, and poorer.
Not true.
Under Trump, we prospered, we were richer, inflation was low, and there were
Off the back of Obama's economy, keep in mind.
two genders. Under Biden,
That's my least favorite talking point. He says there were two genders, but that doesn't dismiss the idea of someone being transgender, because if you're trans, usually you're just going from one gender to the other. There's not some third gender. So there could be two genders.
Harris, inflation has gotten so bad, you can no longer bribe Democrat senators with cash alone.
You can no longer bribe 17-year-old girls over Venmo. No, inflation's so bad.
You have to use gold bars just so the bribes hold value.
You have to use Venmo just so they won't catch you.
Oh, the swamp draining will recommence soon, and I will be President Trump's strongest ally in Congress to pass term limits, to stop.
Donald Trump is the swamp. If Donald Trump re-enters the White House, it'll be the deepest swamp we've ever had. I mean, Donald Trump has his daughter-in-law as the head of the RNC. He is pulling all of the strings. That is exactly what they didn't like about Hillary Clinton back in 2016. They thought that she pulled all the strings at the DNC and in Congress. Donald Trump is literally pulling the strings in Congress, nuking border bills. Yeah.
Taxpayer funding for political campaigns, to ban members of Congress for life from becoming lobbyists, and for the same reason, you don't let the referee bet on the game, ban members of Congress from trading individual stocks. I am proud to stand before you, the only Republican in Congress who takes no lobbyist money, no PAC money. It's not good for me. I work for you, not them. President Trump, he'll never defund our police, but he will defund foreign aid to countries that hate us.
Jesus Christ. He'll defund aid to Ukraine, but what he will do with our police, making sure that they're even more criminally immune than him. They're going to make it so our police have unfettered power. They are just able to do whatever they want with no checks. Total immunity. That's what Donald Trump has said.
And President Trump understands that if it isn't racist to check ID for a hunting license or welfare benefits or a fishing license, then it is okay to demand an ID to vote everywhere in this country in every election that's held.
It's not racist to check ID. That has never been the argument. There was a case in North Carolina where a really high court in North Carolina said that Republicans were targeting black communities with almost surgical precision by introducing new types of ID that black people were disproportionately not able to get for whatever reason or another. They were targeting these communities with surgical precision. And it was racism. The court said so.
A Democrat congressman recently said that any criticism of Joe Biden is ableist. I don't think it's too much to ask that the American president be able to do the job. Kamala Harris isn't able to do any job. She was appointed border czar. Appointing Kamala Harris to oversee the border is like appointing Bernie Madoff to oversee your retirement plan.
That one got a few more laughs.
President Trump has shown the world what he is made of, and now we will show the world what America is made of by having his back.
And pulling us out of NATO and deporting 11 million people and passing Schedule F executive orders to make sure the executive branch has more power than the constitutional founders wanted it to have. Yeah, that's what you guys will do.
The choice President Trump made for a running mate. JD looks like
average Republican.
A young Abraham Lincoln, but he's from Ohio, like General Grant.
Jesus
And
Christ.
like General Grant, JD Vance knows how to fight. So they can run Biden from the nursing home, Harris, George Clooney, Robert De Niro, whoever they want to run. We are on a mission to rescue and save this country, and we ride or die with Donald John Trump to the end. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having my back.
I hate
Let's
this guy.
go get him.
There are you're going to today mention all of one people
Newt Gingrich, barely alive.
Thank you very much.
Arose from his coffin
That's
to be
a
here.
very warm welcome. You know, President Trump understands that the world is dangerous and that it takes an enormous effort to defeat anti-American and anti-freedom forces around the world.
Oh my, give me a break. Donald Trump is the one who wants to defeat anti-freedom forces.
He also understands that when faced with multiple
Donald Trump is the anti-freedom force, by the way.
adversaries across the globe, the Reagan principle of peace through strength is the only road for safety for the America and the American people.
Strength, like pulling us out of our most important defensive
The contrast
alliance.
between President Trump's realistic policy of resolute strength in a dangerous world
Donald Trump's realistic policy is building a massive border wall, somehow making a deal with Russia that doesn't include ceding Ukrainian land and having Russia just go back into Ukraine a decade later. Donald Trump's plan is incredibly unrealistic because he has the foreign policy understanding of a kindergartner, of an actual child. Those aren't just my words. People that have worked closely with Donald Trump have said that he has the understanding of foreign policy of an actual kindergartner.
A growing coalition of dictatorships is actively trying to undermine American power and conquer America's allies.
Donald Trump wants to help them. What is he like? This isn't meant for the current Republican Party. They're going to call him a neocon. I was talking to a bunch of Republicans in this panel earlier, and they were all saying that people like Nikki Haley, people like Newt Gingrich aren't welcome because they are neocons. They want war.
Religious dictatorship in Iran, which chants death to America, is on the verge of having nuclear weapons. Russia's dictator has unleashed the deadliest European war since World War II.
I was expecting the crowd to start cheering right there. Like, do we cheer at this point? He said our guy's name, Putin.
Communist China continues to develop its military power while actively seeking to undermine America through espionage, fentanyl, and the infiltration of our companies.
I mean, everything he said was correct, by the way. The threat of Russia, the threat of China, the threat of Iran, those are all very real threats. Those countries are not our allies. But I'm just going to say, this is like a speech that the Democrat would give. All the Republicans in the audience right now are thinking, is he a Democrat? Why is he saying he's against Russia?
Faced with these clear and present dangers, President Biden has adopted failed policy after failed policy.
Not true.
Where President Trump orchestrated an orderly end to the Afghanistan war with no American killed in nearly 2 years.
Trump didn't actually do the dirty work and pull us out, though. He didn't do the dirty work. When he says the word orchestrated, it's so loaded because it sounds like he's the one that actually did it. But yeah, he orchestrated it because he planned it and Biden followed through with the plan. Maybe on a different timetable. Here's Peter Navarro. He got out of prison just this morning, and Peter Navarro is speaking that same day. Oh, he's loving this. He's just basking in it. Is he just going to stand here for like 7 more minutes and just smile? By the way, I don't know how many felons have spoken at previous political conventions, but it has to have gone up by like tenfold after the RNC this year.